Did you know that both Islamic and Christian beliefs have prophecies about the end times? That's right. We're embarking on a journey to explore the intriguing world of end times prophecies in these two major faiths. From the Islamic perspective, we'll explore the coming of the Mahdi and the return of Isa, also known as Jesus. On the Christian side, we'll delve into the rapture, tribulation, and the second coming of Christ. These prophecies are not just ancient texts gathering dust on a shelf. They are living, breathing parts of these faiths, shaping the worldviews and actions of millions of believers worldwide. They offer unique perspectives on the ultimate fate of humanity and the world as we know it. So why should we care about these prophecies? Understanding them allows us to better appreciate the beliefs and motivations of those who follow these faiths. It helps us foster mutual respect and dialogue, and who knows, we might even learn something new about our own beliefs along the way. Intrigued? Stick around as we delve deeper into these fascinating narratives. First, let's embark on a journey into the Islamic perspective of the end times. In the vast tapestry of Islamic eschatology, two key figures are prominent: the Mahdi and Isa, known to Christians as Jesus. The Mahdi, often translated as the Guided One, is prophesied to appear during a time of great turmoil and injustice on earth. This revered figure is believed to bring about an era of peace and justice before the final days. Now let's turn to Isa, or Jesus. In the Islamic narrative, his return is a significant event in the end times. Unlike the Christian belief in Jesus' crucifixion, Islam holds that Jesus was raised to heaven alive and will return to earth to fight the Dajjal, a false messiah or antichrist figure. Jesus' return, it's believed, will usher in a period of peace and unity under the banner of Islam. These prophecies are not just tales spun out of religious texts. They have a profound influence on the worldview and actions of Muslims. The anticipation of the Mahdi's arrival and Jesus' return is a call to uphold justice, peace, and unity as Muslims strive to create a world that welcomes these prophesied events. The Islamic vision of the end times is rich and detailed, filled with epic battles, heroic figures, and profound lessons. It's a vision that shapes the faith, actions, and hopes of millions around the world. Now that we've glimpsed into the Islamic vision of the end times, let's compare it with Christian prophecies. Shifting gears, we now explore the Christian perspective of the end times. In the Christian narrative, there are several key events that are prophesied to occur. Let's start with the rapture, a time when it's believed that Christ will return to gather those who have accepted him, both living and dead, to join him in the heavens. This event is often depicted with a sudden disappearance of millions of people worldwide, leaving the earth in chaos. Following the rapture is the Tribulation, a 7-year period of immense suffering and devastation. According to the book of Revelation, this period will be marked by wars, famine, disease, and natural disasters, as the forces of the Antichrist wreak havoc upon the world. It's a time of testing and, for those left behind after the rapture, a final chance to turn towards God. At the end of the tribulation, Christians believe in the second coming of Christ. Here, Christ returns to earth, defeats the Antichrist, and establishes a 1,000-year reign of peace, known as the Millennial Kingdom. This is a time of restoration and healing, where the promises of God are fully realized. These prophecies significantly shape the worldview and actions of Christians. The anticipation of the rapture inspires hope and encourages believers to live righteously, knowing that their time on earth could end suddenly. The tribulation serves as a warning of the consequences of turning away from God, fostering a sense of urgency in sharing the message of Christ's salvation. And the promise of Christ's return and the establishment of his kingdom provides a beacon of hope amidst the trials and tribulations of life. With this understanding of the Christian perspective, we can now delve into a comparison of these two differing visions of the end times. Now comes the real question: how do these prophecies compare and contrast? As we delve into the unique narratives of the end times in both Islam and Christianity, it's fascinating to realize how these prophecies, while rooted in distinct theological perspectives, share certain similarities. In both religions, there is a belief in a climactic end-of-days scenario. However, the nature of this scenario varies. Christians believe in the rapture and the tribulation, followed by the second coming of Christ. On the other hand, Muslims anticipate the arrival of the Mahdi, followed by the return of Isa, or Jesus. These differing interpretations of the end times are a manifestation of the uniqueness of each religion's spiritual lens. In Christianity, the end times are perceived as a period of trial and tribulation for humanity, culminating in the triumphant return of Christ. Islam conversely views the end times as an era of purification led by the Mahdi and Isa, who will guide humanity towards truth and justice. Interestingly, both religions foresee the role of an Antichrist figure. In Christianity, he is known as the Beast, a deceptive entity who will lead many astray during the Tribulation. In Islam, this figure is referred to as Dajjal, a false messiah who will create chaos and confusion. Now let's talk about Jesus, or Isa, an important figure in both religions' end times narratives. Christianity anticipates the second coming of Christ, where he will defeat the Antichrist and establish his kingdom. In contrast, Islam predicts the return of Isa, not as a divine figure but as a righteous man who will defeat Dajjal and reinforce Islamic teachings. These diverse interpretations of the end times not only reflect the theological distinctions between Islam and Christianity, but also shape the worldview and actions of their followers. For instance, the Christian belief in the rapture often inspires a sense of urgency and preparedness among believers. In contrast, the Islamic prophecy of the Mahdi's arrival encourages a constant pursuit of justice and truth. As we've seen, the end times narratives in both religions offer unique perspectives that shape the beliefs and actions of their followers. The exploration of these prophecies reveals the depth and richness of each faith's theological landscape, reminding us of the diversity and complexity inherent in religious beliefs. We've traveled through time and prophecy, exploring two distinct visions of the end times. We've seen the rich tapestry of beliefs that make up Islamic and Christian eschatology, each one offering a unique lens through which to view the conclusion of our earthly journey. Think about it. In Islam, the end times narrative is marked by the emergence of the Mahdi and the return of Isa Jesus to lead the righteous in a final battle against evil. It's a story filled with hope, struggle, and ultimate triumph, painting a vivid picture of the last days. Contrast this with the Christian perspective, where the rapture, tribulation, and second coming of Christ form the crux of the end times prophecy. Here, believers anticipate a time of great upheaval, followed by divine intervention and the establishment of a new heaven and earth. These aren't just stories, though. These prophecies shape the lives of millions of people around the world. They provide a framework for understanding the world and our place within it, influencing everything from daily habits to major life decisions. They offer comfort in the face of uncertainty, a beacon of light in the darkest times. So while these two narratives have their differences at their core, they share a common thread: the promise of a better world, a world where good triumphs over evil, where justice prevails. They speak to our shared human desire for peace, justice, and a sense of purpose, reminding us that no matter our faith, we're all part of a larger story. What do you think? Which narrative resonates with you more? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more comparative religious content. Until next time, keep exploring.